Good evening, everyone. Welcome to GradeUp's MBA Prep channel. Welcome to this series for Maharashtra CET, and as you can see that today also we are going to discuss some questions on abstract reasoning. If we talk about the examination, 25 out of 200 questions are asked from this topic, right? So it is an important part of CET. And we see that 25 questions, and they consumed a good number of questions, right? A score of, you cannot leave this section altogether. It is not very difficult to do, but yes, if you do too many questions, it becomes somewhat boring as well, because you cannot concentrate for a long duration, right? So it has a good number of questions and not so difficult, but yes, if you solve too many questions, after a certain number of questions, right, you get tired of doing them, right? So let us practice some questions on abstract reasoning. So welcome all to the class, right? Good evening, Prachika, and everyone else whosoever is present in the class. So let us see some questions on that. Before that, just to tell about the YouTube schedule. This is our YouTube schedule, and we take up different classes at different times, so you can view these classes by subscribing to our channel. Okay. All right. So one important question type which is generally asked, right, which we have seen in the last year, it is every year we have seen that consistently for the past few years is analogy, right? So what is analogy, right? So analogy is what in analogy what happens is, right, if there is a relation between two elements, right, and the same relation has to be replicated among the remaining two elements, right? So you were given a question figure, right? You were given A and B, right? So you have like some, this and this will have some relation, A and B will have some relation. The same relation has to be established between C and D. Okay, so let's solve some questions on analogies. So look at the figures and determine that what is the relation that first two images have, and like what you will have for the next two. So let's look at the first and the second image, and we'll replicate the same with it, right? So in the last class we did read about those mirror and water images and all, right? So if you see what is happening to the triangle, right? So the triangle is getting rotated by 45 degrees. No, sorry, 90 degrees, right? If you rotate it by 90 degrees in this direction, you will get this. So this is getting rotated by 90 degrees. What about the S shape, right? If you rotate the S shape by 90 degrees, and if you rotate it by 90 degrees, you get this sort of shape, right? And it is further inverted, right? You are taking inverse of this, right? So you have taken, you took 180 degree flip of it, right? So what will happen? The first shape should be rotated by 90 degrees, right? And that should come on top. So if you rotate this by 90 degree, this is the shape. अगर आप इसको 90 degree rotate करोगे, so what will happen? This will come like this, right? So you can eliminate these options. So you're left with options 3 and 4. Okay? So you can eliminate 3 options by just making changes in one, right? Now let us check the change in second. So change in second means, first of all, you drop it by 90 degrees. So when you drop it by 90 degrees, what will you get? You will get like this. Okay? अगर आप इसको 90 degree ऐसे drop कर दोगे, you will get this, and then there is has to be a water image of it, right? उसको flip करना है. So it is not, the water image will come like this. So your answer will be option 4. Okay, so it was a good one, right? It involved rotation plus vertical and that vertical flip, right? So important to know these vertical flips like water image, mirror image. It's good to know these things, rotation and on how those they work, and accordingly you apply the relations. Okay. All right. So let us tell in this case what will be the relation, what will be the missing part. What will come in the place of question mark. So what is happening in this case? From one image we are getting two images, right? So how we are getting? We need to have the same relation between 3 and 4. Okay, Shivam and Arshika saying first, that is A. So let us try to understand it. So first of all, two things are happening, right? One, you are getting two images. What is first image? First image is basically, let me use a black marker, that looks better. Okay. So first image is, this was the thing, right? And if I do the reflection, last time we did mirror image and water image, right? If you do the mirror image of it, you will get this thing. Okay, mirror image से ये आ जाएगा, right? So top is mirror image, right? This is mirror image. And if I take water image of this, what do I get as a water image? Water image is like this. Okay, top becomes bottom, bottom becomes top. And so this bottom is water image. This is mirror image, this is water image. ठीक है, so mirror image ऊपर बनेगी, water image नीचे बनेगी. So what is the mirror image of this? So mirror image is this 9 shape. What will happen? This will look like this, and this will happen, right? So this is the top part. Bottom part will be water image. What is water image of this? This arrow will come down, this black will be shaded like this. Okay, so that is an option A. Okay, so mirror image, the top part, the part on the second thing is the mirror image of the given figure, and this is the water image of the given figure, right? So you will get the answer as option A. Okay, so it has to be flipped. See, the ones who are answering D, in D what is happening? This is remaining the same, right? It has to be flipped. See, it is changing from left shaded to right shaded. That is black mirror image, right? So it is not the answer. Okay, chalo next देखते हैं. This one looks to be an easy one. इसका क्या होगा? What is happening in the two shapes? See, first shape you have a square, and inside that you have a circle, inside that you have a circle, right? And what is happening in this? You have a circle on the top corner, then you have a square, and inside that you have a square. Okay? So what is happening? What was outside has become twice, I mean 2 times, and it has become one inside the other. So it had a circle, a triangle, and a triangle, right? So what will happen? That square became the, you will have a circle inside a circle, right? And this circle was on the top left corner, so triangle will come on the top left corner. So one circle, right? Like 2 triangles. No, we will have just one triangle. Now out of D and B, see, the triangle has to be this is on the top left corner, so triangle will also be on the top left corner. Okay, so that will be option B. Okay. All right, let's look at the next one then. So what will come as the next image? So what will be the next image in this? So see what is happening in this. Okay, like there are multiple elements, so we will see the position of these elements, what is happening in these elements. Okay, इसमें क्या क्या हो रहा है. Now one obvious thing is this this star. So star was here, it came here. So basically there should be an equal to sign this side. यहाँ पे तो equal to sign आना चाहिए. ठीक है, that is not in option D, तो option D तो eliminate कर दो. ठीक है. Now this center was a black circle, it went this side, so central part should go this side. तो यहाँ पे ये आ जाना चाहिए. ठीक है. So this eliminates option B also. ठीक है. Now what happened? This came to the center, so P will come in the center. नहीं, this will come, triangle will come in the center. ठीक है. But in both the options you have triangle in the center, so let us look for some other thing. Triangle दोनों में आ रहा है center में, so that is not something significant. Now see the difference, right? 1 2 3 4 things are same, so let us look for this. This is different, right? This part is different, so let us check what is in this part. So in this part they had P, which was something a new element, right? Something new came here which was not present in the previous image. So in this also you should have something new here, right? Now among this arrow, the arrow is already there, which is not new, right? Arrow is not new, but B is a new element, right? So the answer will be option C. Okay, so first we try to find some logic, right? Fix one or two elements, right? So from these we got that the central thing is moving here, so this diamond will move on the top left corner, and we can eliminate these two cases, right? And then we also saw this star is here, so equal to sign here. Still we were left with two options. In these two options all these four things were common, right? So we just needed to check for this element, and we saw that there is a new element which is coming here. So in this case also it should not be arrow, but it should be something new, right? So that is why the answer is option C. Okay, chalo, let's do this one. So it's a flower, and you have to tell that that which is the, what will be the next element in the series. What do you get in this? Can you find the different, I mean the relation? So if you look at this, like there are petals, right? So if you see this petal, what will happen? You can imagine that it is a set of 8 petals that will complete a circle. Okay, a set of 8 petals that will complete this circle. Okay. Now what is happening to this petal, the shaded one? It is going 1 2 3, 3 steps in this direction. Okay, and this unshaded one, it is going 1 2 3, so it is going 3 steps in this direction, right? So the shaded one will go 3 steps in the anti-clockwise direction, and the plain one will go three places in the clockwise direction, right? So let us move this 3 places in the clockwise direction. So 1 2 3, so the plain one should be facing this side. Okay, now this should go 3 places in this direction, right? So it will go 3 places in this direction. It was facing here 1 2 3, so it should come like this. Okay, ये shaded और ये ऐसे आ जाएगा. Okay, so we will eliminate these options. So this is plain wala and this is shaded wala, right? This is plain, this is shaded. So now this is shaded is wrong. This should be the plain one. Now shaded, among C and E, which one will you choose? Will you choose C? Will you choose E? See this thing, right? See, the shaded part is on the inside. Shaded part is not outside. Okay, so this will be inside, not outside. So answer is option C, not option E. Okay, the answer will be option C, because the shaded part is inside, right? The black part is inside, not outside. Okay, so that is why it will be option C. Okay, so it is about movement. So what are the things that they test? They test about rotation, they test about movement. This this is about rotation, right? How much degrees it is rotating, water image, mirror image, right? So all those things should be known. Okay, so this is the next question. It says that you have to find the relation between them. This is an easy one. This should be an easy one for you to answer. So this, as I said, is a simple one. What we have to do in this, like you just see this thing, right? So 2 circles, they become 1 this side, right? So 1 C, it will become 2 circles become 1, and this becomes 2 times, right? So they are getting some other thing. So this should become 1, right? This should become 2, and this should become 1. So that is option B looks to be the correct one, right? So they are swapping the places, right? The place is being swapped, but the number remains the same, right? So arrow was here, arrow went here, circle came this side, right? So similarly, C will come this side and square will go this side, but the number like 1 1 2 2. So it was 1, so it will be 1 only. So 1 square and 2 C shapes. Okay, so no reflection or something. It will be that way only. So option B will be the answer. Okay, count will remain the same. चलो ये करते हैं. Let's do this. So what is in this? So if you see this, what has happened is it was a square, it became inside a pentagon, right? So four sides, and the outside is five side, inside is four side, right? So you have a triangle, so triangle three sides, so three sides inside four sides. Okay, up you can eliminate these options easily. Okay, you are left with two options only, right? So sometimes the options are very vague. Okay, now what has happened to this? Up, let us look at this image. It was like this. If you rotate it by 45 degree, right? If you rotate by 45 degree, what will happen? This will be, no, if you rotate by 45, you will have this thing, and you further rotate by 90 degree, you will get this thing. So total you have made a rotation of 135 degree. If you cannot visualize 135, you can break it into 45 and 90, right? So let us, this was a triangle. If you rotate by 45 degree in this direction, what will happen? It will point like this, right? And if you further rotate by 90 degrees, what will happen? 90 degree change will mean it will point this side. So that is an option C. If you cannot rotate by 135 degrees altogether, you can break it into 45 and then 90 degree, right? So if you rotate like this, you get this shape. Okay, so this was an easy one. I mean, directly you can eliminate three options, right? So that is why it was not so difficult, right? So just right, two options were there. Okay, yeah, so all these are observation based things, right? You have to observe things and then answer them. Okay. So now let's see this. What will be the answer in the case? So what will be in this case? What will be the answer? So let's look at what is happening in this cases. See, first of all, this is something that has to be rotated by 90 degree, right? This was a first of all, you rotate it by 90 degree in this direction, right? When you rotate by 90 degree, what will happen? This will become like this, and this part was shaded. Okay, this part is shaded, and then you take a mirror image of this. When you take the mirror image, what will happen? This is the case, and instead of this side will be shaded, right? So you have to do is you have to take 90 degree and then rotate, right? So when you rotate it by 90 degree in this direction, what will happen? This pentagon will face downward, right? So it will face downward. It will have something like this, this kind of a shape, and this is the shaded portion. Okay, and when you take the mirror image, so what will you get? You will get a pentagon like this with this portion shaded, right? Which is an option B. Okay, so it is all about rotation, right? About mirror image, water image, and all these things. So you need to be good with those visualizations. So it is called visual reasoning also, right? You have to visualize things, right? If you can visualize things well, you can solve these questions, okay, and observe these patterns. Okay, now another type of question in this is odd one out, right? So like they might give you a series and ask that which of the following is an odd one out. One of them will not belong to this sequence. Okay, so what is that odd one out one? Okay, if you are enjoying this session, please don't forget to like the session, right, and subscribe to our channel for MBA preparation. Now odd one out, this is odd one out is generally simple. ठीक है, देखो इसमें क्या हो रहा है, इसमें there are two triangles, ठीक है, triangle triangle and then inside is square and there is one plus symbol. It is triangle square square, it is square square and triangle, and it is circle circle square. So this is obviously odd one out, right? This is obviously odd one out because the outside images are two times, right? The outside, the images that are shown outside are two times and the ones that is inside is once. Okay, all right. See, ideal score, see, depends on person to person. Like most of the people will get tired of doing these questions. Like if you do 10-12 questions, after that you don't feel like doing this. I mean, you get sometime tired, right? So there is no such ideal score. You can target 25 on 25, or you can also target just 15 questions. But this is like a kind of a speed blocking thing because every question requires effort, right? Every question you will have to think. So unlike a puzzle question and all, wherein one question will require the effort, once you have solved that, you will be able to take more answers, right? Similarly, in DI also, you solve a DI set, you are able to answer multiple questions, right? But in this case, every question requires attention. So in this, if we see the images, what is the odd one out and why? So if you see this, this A shape, this arrow shape is like this, so it is not making any difference. If you see this, it is facing left side, it is facing right side, it is facing right and left, the open ends, right? This is left and right, right? This is left and right. This is both left side, and this is right and left, right? So this is the one wherein both of these open faces are facing same direction, right? So the answer is option 4. Okay, so that was an easy one. Okay, which of the following is a different from others? This is even simpler. Which of the following is odd one out? And tell the reason also. I mean, in odd one out, at least you can tell the reason also, right? In others, we can say that. In others, we can say that okay, you have to like long reason to justify. But what is the reason for odd one out? Okay, so all are saying C. Why C? Because of the heart shape. Why C? Why C is the odd one out? Okay, so you are saying C. Okay, so why? Because of the heart shape. If I make some other shape, let's say if I make some geometrical shape, anyway, that is also some geometrical shape, some kind of thing, right? So two arcs that are meeting like this. Why is this the odd one out? Yes, Vishal is saying that yes. Outer figure more than inner, no. Touching two sides, yes, correct. Outer diagram has 6 sides, no. See, outer diagram, that is a different thing. It is touching two sides. Outer shape has 6 sides. How outer shape has 6 sides? This has 1, 2, 3, right? See this thing, it is touching one side, right? It is touching one side, it is touching two sides. This is also touching one side. So that is why it is the odd one out. Okay. All right. Which one is the odd one out in this? Odd one out is generally easy. right, if you get that. So you'll have one or more class in which we'll see series of images and all those things. Which one is the odd one out? A, C, D, A, Y. Y, A, Y, D. So give the reason also, right? If you say Y, A, tell me why. If you say B, Y, C, Y, and D, Y. So different responses. Unlike previous question, everyone was saying the same, but we have different responses, right? Two edges are inside. Okay. In this also there are two edges inside. If I complete this, two edges are inside. Okay. In this there are three edges inside. In this there are two edges inside. Okay. That is, I mean, that I did not think of that this could be a possibility. Others are octagon. No, not necessarily octagon. This is hexagon. This is hexagon. Right, this is hexagon. This is 6 and 4 sides. Right, this is 4 sides and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right, this is 4 and 7. This is 4 and 8. Okay, this is 3 and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. 3 and 6. Half number of sides. Not necessary. Not necessary half number of sides. This is not half, this is not half. Only one corner inside. In this also there is only one corner inside, only one corner inside. Interesting. Okay. So see this, right? You are talking about inside, outside. See this, the side which has more, the figure which has more sides, right? If you see this side, which is coming in front with less sides, right? This has less sides, this has less sides, this has less sides, this has more sides. Is it clear? देखो जिसमें ज्यादा साइड जो भी ओवरलैप कर रहे हैं, they have lesser number of sides, right? Not covering corner, nothing like that. See, this has lesser number of sides, lesser number of sides, lesser number of sides. This has more number of sides, right? So the one which is overlapping is having lesser number of sides in all cases. In this case, the one which is overlapping, which is coming in front, has more number of sides. So that is why odd one out. Right? बाकी जो 2 times side वो सब that is not true, right? क्योंकि जो कह रहे हैं एक side overlap हो रही है. See, in this also just one side is being overlapped. In this also one side being overlapped. इसमें multiple sides overlap हो रही है. इसमें भी multiple हो रही है. So that is not that reason, right? But this is a valid reason. Less number of sides in coming in front. This is with more number of sides coming in front. Okay. All right. So let's look at the next question then. Okay. Find the odd one out in this.